everybody, my name's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I do travel and lifestyle vlogs, so if you could like, comment and subscribe, that would mean the world. So today's video, I am sure that you have just seen all of the New York vlogs. So today's video is just going to be doing a little haul of the couple of things that I bought, and also giving you guys some tips and some information, and just doing a little review of our trip basically. So I've got a bit of things to go through. So I've got my notepads and my pen and I'm ready to go. So let's start off with the first half of the video. Is just going to be talking about our trip and the different things that we did, and like a couple of tips that I learned as my first time going to New York. And if it's your first time traveling to New York, I hope this video helps you and gives you some insight and a little bit of advice on what to do in New York. So the first thing that I would say is the subway is so easy to navigate. I was honestly, and I hear so many people say the same thing, I was so scared about getting the subway in New York. You hear so many horror stories and I was just like, I can't do it. I'm just gonna have to Uber everywhere. Like, you're not gonna catch me on the subway. Even getting to and from JFK as well. So if you're landing into JFK, do not, and let me repeat myself, do not get an Uber from JFK, get the air train. So an Uber from JFK can be like upwards of $100 and it's just not worth it. So you can get the air train to Jamaica and then get the Long Island Railroad or the subway into the city. I think in total it's probably going to cost you like $10 for the whole trip. I think it took us like 40 minutes to get from JFK to Grand Central, so it really isn't long. And the subway is just the way to go. You don't need to be scared. Just when you are on the subway, the advice that I got was just don't look the crazy people in the eyes. Just don't look the crazy people in the eyes and stand with your back against the wall. Do not stand like right on the yellow line at the front, you know, like how on the tube in London people just stand at the front. That's because no one in London's going to push you on the tracks. The crazy people. Next tip that I would give you is doing like one area at a time. So try and focus on, like, for example, like we did the Brooklyn Bridge, Dumbo, and then the financial district. So do things like that, things that are all in the same area, because getting uptown and downtown is quite easy, and like I said, the subway is quite quick, but getting across town is a lot more difficult. My advice would be to focus on one area at a time. Of the places that we ate, so I have a list of all the places that we ate and some little ratings to go with them. So the first place that we ate was at Carmine's. So this was somewhere that I found on TikTok. I will also link all of the websites below as well in the description. I will leave everything there for you. But the first place that we ate at Carmine's, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. And actually me and Lance both said it was actually probably the cheapest meal that we had the entire time that we were there, because Carmine's, it's like, we got like meatballs and pasta, but obviously they're like family size sharing dishes. I mean, I'm not even joking, me and Lance had like 2 plates each, if that, and we were like, we're full, and there was still over half the plate left. So just bear that in mind when you're ordering. Like, don't order like 3 different plates, especially if there's 2 of you. Like, you will not eat all that food and it will be a waste of money. So just pick one dish to share between you. Obviously if you're going like as a bigger group, then, you know, get more. But the food was absolutely unreal. The vibes were amazing. The staff were like really friendly and attentive. Overall, for Carmine's, I'm gonna give that a 10. The next place that we ate was at Dallas Barbecue. So this was actually recommended to me by my mum. So she went to New York about 10 years ago and she'd had Dallas Barbecue and she was like, oh my god, like, it's amazing. And she was right. She was absolutely right. The food was so good. The cocktails, I'm not joking, were like, you can see in the picture, they were literally like chalice size. Like, they were huge. They were so yummy. Very strong. After one cocktail, I was drunk. I was drunk after one cocktail. But bearing in mind, I don't drink as much anymore, so it's probably why. I've given it an 8 out of 10 purely because the service wasn't that great. The staff weren't, you know, the customer service just wasn't great. And for example, Lance had ordered fries with his meal and it came with like a jacket potato and a think cornbread, and when he asked for fries, those fries never came. So, and the waiter just didn't really pay much attention. Like, yeah, the service just wasn't great, but other than that, like, overall the meal was really good. So we're going to give that one an 8 out of 10. So in terms of diners, we did go to, we went to 2 diners. We went to Applebee's and we went to Andrew's Diner. So Andrew's Diner, that's this one. I gave this one a 9 out of 10. I feel like the food was good. The service was good. It was very quick. Like literally, we hadn't even fully stepped through the door and they already had a table for us. So it was really good. That one's based in Times Square. And I would say, considering for the location and the food, it wasn't that expensive. I feel mixed about it. I feel like it probably could have been cheaper, but it also could have been more expensive. So service was good. So yeah, I've given that one an 8 out of 10. We ate at Applebee's. Honestly, don't waste your money. Don't bother. We went there. I've given that one a 6 out of 10. I felt like the food wasn't that great. The service was horrendous. You know, we were waiting at least half an hour for our breakfast and there was like nobody else in there, so I wasn't overly impressed with the service, and the food was a meh. It was meh. So I gave that a 6 out of 10. But following on to that, we ate at Bubby's. Now, this is one that I have seen all over TikTok. So many people recommended it to me. Everyone was like, oh my god, it's amazing, it's so good. I wasn't impressed. If I'm just being honest, I think that people queue over an hour for this place, but I can see the appeal. Like the portion sizes are huge, like the food was nice, but like after a while it starts to get really sickly. So I had pancakes and Lance had a chicken burger, but he said that the chicken burger was like so greasy and it just wasn't very nice at all. If you've gone back and seen the vlogs, he was actually sick. So take that with what you will, but obviously this is just our experience, but we just didn't love it. But I can see why there's like a hype around it, but we didn't love it. But we did get a picture in the photo booth and it was really cute. Now sort of moving on to like sort of your takeaways. So the top one that I'm gonna be like, if you don't eat there when you're in New York, like what are you even doing? But Liberty Bagels, oh my god, I think we went there about 3 or 4 times throughout our time there. Liberty Bagels is so good. We really enjoyed it. You get, I mean honestly, like the variety of bagels that you can pick from is absolutely insane. It is worth the hype. Again, I know this is like a TikTok one, but it is absolutely worth the hype. 11 out of 10. Loved it. I'm still dreaming about those bagels. Raising Cane's, so again this is another really big one, like TikTok one. It was good, but at the time of us having it, I just wasn't feeling great. I was really tired. I just wasn't feeling 100%. So for me, I wasn't in love with it, but I did like it and it was good. Like I would recommend going there. Like if you want a fast food option that's yummy, like definitely go there. Would recommend it. I just, at the time it was just to do with me, not the actual food itself. The next one would be Chipotle. Oh my god, Chipotle was so good. Again, 9 out of 10. We had it twice. Starbucks, obviously, if you've watched the vlogs, you'll see. I think I had about 1 million Starbucks while I was there. At least, I think I had at least 6 or 7 Starbucks while we were there. The Starbucks out there is insane compared to the one that we have in the UK. They had this iced banana bread matcha. I had at least 5 of them. They were so good. 11 out of 10. Banging. Really enjoyed those. Then crumble cookies, so we went there. We got the mini cookies, the big cookies. There's no way I could have finished like a whole one of them. They are very sickly, but oh my god, they are so good and they are so worth the hype. Again, kind of it for takeaways and like food and places that we ate. And the next one I'll talk about is like your city pass and your attractions. So we did the Edge, Vanderbilt, the 9/11 Memorial and the Museum of Natural History. In terms of those, they were good. The Edge, really enjoyed it. We actually saw someone getting engaged. It was so cute. But yeah, if you've seen the vlogs, the views are insane, like incredible. Definitely go on a clear day. Luckily we managed to get a clear day, so that was really good. The Vanderbilt, or what I called the Scamderbelt, I can't say I loved it. I feel like we queued for an hour and a half just to get to the lift. We queued an hour and a half. Then when we got to the lift, they were like, and bearing in mind, obviously, if you've been to New York or you've seen the TikToks, the lift is part of the experience, that you go up, you see all these things, there's like lights, it's like really cool. We got none of that because we were taken around the back in a service elevator with the workers. We've paid a lot of money for this. I think if you go there and buy it on the door, it's like $70 to $80 each per ticket. We did buy like an overall pass, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. But yeah, you know, if you paid $70 to $80 for the whole experience and you're getting whizzed up in a service elevator with the workers around the back, I don't really know what kind of experience you would call that. That was really not great. That really bad impression. And then when you get up there, it's crowded, everyone's like fighting for a spot. The rooms are very overstimulating, but like obviously that's what they're supposed to do. I get it's like a sensory experience, but there was one room where it just had a bunch of like metallic blobs on the floor. I was like, what is this for? And then obviously you've got the balloon room, which is like the Instagram famous room. Everybody goes in there. Honestly, I was in there for all of about 5 minutes. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, what is even happening? Like, people just launch balloons at your face. It's popping constantly. It's so loud in there, busy. Like, I didn't enjoy that. But again, that's just me as a person. That's just my personal opinion, you know. But other than that, like, it was good. Like, the views are good. Like, the views are insane. Like, because we went at like, I think 5:30, 6. Obviously we didn't get up there till about 7, 8 o'clock. But I just think there's a couple of things, you know, that I just wasn't obviously having to queue for nearly 2 hours, and then going up in a service elevator once you get to the front of that queue. And I didn't actually see anybody else go up in that elevator. I only saw our group. So me and Lance were kind of looking at each other like, is this the end? Is this how we die? Like, what is this? I just was a bit like, there was a couple of things that were quite disappointing. Then you've got the 9/11 memorial. The 9/11 memorial was and museum was absolutely insane, but you have to get there for your ticket time. It's the same with all of these things. Like, do not get there like 20 minutes before your ticket time. They will tell you to leave. Like, you have to get there exactly on your ticket time. But yeah, so we queued. The queue moved quite fast, to be honest. I know if you go back and see the vlogs, you can see the line is like all the way down the street, but the line moved quite quickly. It was really interesting, and like I said after in the vlog, I was quite moved. It was very overwhelming for me. I didn't realize how much went into it, like all the different things that happened. So it was really educational, it was really interesting. So that gave that a 10 out of 10. That was absolutely insane. Nothing negative to say about that. Really, really good experience overall. The next one was the Museum of Natural History. Now obviously I have been watching Night at the Museum since I was a kid, so I was really excited to finally go to the place where they filmed it. It was insane. It was so interesting. Like, it is so big. Like, you can spend the whole day there. There's so many different rooms, interactions. There's a whole food court. It reminded me a bit of the IKEA food court, but there was like a whole food court. So in our ticket got access to one of the shows. So we did the planetarium one with Pedro Pascal. It was so interesting. Like, I have never been in a planetarium before, and I was amazed. It was so cool. Definitely recommend doing one of the shows if you can, because it is so worth it. So yeah, Natural History Museum, 10 out of 10. That was really fun. We had a really good time. Then in terms of like the overall actually like getting your passes and stuff, you can use an app called, what we did was called Go City. So it's about $120 or pounds each, and then you get access to like various different attractions like the Edge, Roundabout, 9/11, but you just basically get to pick, and then you use that app to book your slot for the day. So I think it's quite good, considering, you know, for example, like I said, the Roundabout it's $80 alone for a ticket. You know, so you are making your money. You're getting your money's worth, definitely. I will obviously link that app below. It's called Go City. Then we also used Get Your Guide for a couple of bits as well. So we went to the ice cream museum, or the Museum of Sweets and Ice Cream. That was fun. That was just a good laugh. I think it's definitely aimed at kids. I think on TikTok it's very much advertised as like this photo op, very similar to the Museum of Sweets and Selfies in Budapest, but it's definitely somewhere you go if you've got kids. It's more of a kids thing rather than an adults thing. But we had fun, we had a laugh, we got a couple of bits of free ice cream. We made the most of it and we had fun. We also did the Friends experience, so that was a surprise for me. As you'll see in the vlogs, Lance totally surprised me with the Friends experience. If you are a Friends fan, this is the experience for you. Like, you will love it. I'm a huge Friends fan. I've been watching Friends since I was a little girl. I absolutely love the show, and it was just really cool to like be in New York and see the set. We also went to the Friends building the day before as well, but it is so cool just to be immersed in the set and you see all of the different props and costumes and scripts that they use in the actual show. So it was really cool to see all that memorabilia and just be a part of that world. The only one thing that got it ranking down is the fact that it was absolutely boiling in there. Like, it was roasting, so wear a t-shirt because it's really warm in there. In terms of the actual holiday, so we booked it through British Airways. We booked the package holiday, which with that we got flights and hotel. Honestly, can't really fault BA. They were really good. In terms of the entire trip, the hotel was good, the flights were good. We actually upgraded to premium economy on the way home, which was good. Food was good on the plane, no complaints. And I know that I mentioned it in my vlog before, where I'd heard such horror stories about British Airways. Long haul, honestly, don't understand why people complain. I had no issues with it. It was really good. Yeah, and even though, so we were stuck, as you'll see from the vlogs, we were stuck in New York for an additional 2 days because of the blizzard, and BA were really good at sorting everything out. There was a whole reimbursement, so effectively we had to pay for our own hotel, food, because all our bags were still on the plane, so we had to pay for our own hotel and food and clothes and travel essentials. But they're going to reimburse you for all of that. They booked us on the next flight, really efficient, good communication, no complaints on our behalf in terms of how British Airways handled it. There maybe could have been a couple of other things that they handled better, but these were minor details and things that didn't really affect us in the grand scheme of things. At the end of the day, we got home safely, and that's the important thing. Yeah, that's just a little overview on a couple of things for New York in terms of food and transport and tips and things. Overall, I really enjoyed this trip. I think it was one of the best birthday trips. It's the best birthday trip I've ever had. I really enjoyed myself more than I thought I was going to. I feel like with New York, I was very skeptical. I was like, I'm not a city girl, so I was like, oh, I don't really want to go to New York. I'm not really interested, but actually, I had a great time. Which leads me on nicely to the shopping element of the video. So I'm going to give you guys a little haul of everything that I got in New York, the little souvenirs, the trinkets, and also the things that we bought as well. Because if you know me and you've watched all these vlogs, you will know we went to Target probably more times than we went to Times Square, because I love a Target and that's the main attraction for me. I'm just a girl. So I'm going to move into the other room now and do a little haul for you in terms of everything that I bought while I was in New York. We have moved into the bedroom because this is where I had unpacked all of my things. So I'm going to give you guys a little haul into what I bought. Let's start with Target, because Target was the main one, right? Target was the big one. So I'm going to start with this candle. Got us a nice little candle. This smells unreal. This made it through security with us. That was a whole nother story I don't even want to get into yet. Also picked up this snack box. I've literally been seeing this everywhere, all over TikTok, where basically you can like use it on like transport, long car journeys, anything like that. And this is just really good for me. I'm a snacky girl. I love a snack. So I thought that this would be really good. It was $10. $10. The next things that I picked up had to be a bit of melatonin. I am an insomnia girly. I take ADHD medication. When do I ever sleep? So I picked up some melatonin. This stuff is so good. I picked up a 5mg, which you can see Lance and I have already been making our way through, and some 10mg ones as well. They were sold out of most of the gummies. Like, most of the Targets were empty, so I just picked up what they had. Got a Tide pen. obviously been seeing this everywhere. I actually also have used this before. When I went to Vegas, I picked one of these up and they were so good. So I just thought, gotta get myself one of these. If you don't know what these are, basically they're like stain removal for your clothes. You can keep it in your handbag. If you get a little stain on something, whip your Tide pen out. If you know, you know. This EOS Body Vanilla Cashmere Body Wash and Body Butter, like the moisturising lotion. When I tell you, as you've seen in the vlogs, every Target I bloody went into, it was sold out. So I got it specifically ordered to the Target at Central Park. I also got one of their shave creams as well. I had run out of my shave cream and I thought, let me just try the whole EOS bundle. So I got myself one of the EOS shave creams as well. I got the Cocoa Shimmer Vanilla, no, not vanilla, I don't know why I said vanilla. The Cocoa Shimmer Jelly Stick as well. Mate, this stuff is so good. Again, it's seeing it all over TikTok, but it's like meant to give you the most insane glow. So the girls that get it, Crest toothpaste is the shit, and you can't get it over here. So I picked up 2 packs of the Crest toothpaste and also one of the Optic White Travel Colgate ones as well, just to obviously keep in my bag. I love a good Crest toothpaste, so had to get them, had to pick those up. In terms of some other bits, I also picked up this TheraBreath travel size mouthwash. I've heard so many good things about this mouthwash, but I didn't want to bite the bullet and pay for the full bottle. I wanted to try out the miniature one first, and if I liked it, I can buy the big bottle, because you can now buy this big the big version of this in the UK in Superdrug. It is more expensive, but if it is worth it, I'm happy to pay it. So I wanted to try it out first, and it was cheap, so I thought I'd, you know, get it. I also picked up a mini face wash from their like miniatures, from their miniature selection. It's the La Roche-Posay one. This was just purely because it was an essential and I needed it, because we were left without bags and I needed a face wash, so that's why I picked this up, if I'm being honest. I also got some Tylenol as well. Always need a bit of Tylenol because their stuff's stronger than ours. In terms of food and snacks, obviously I wasn't going to go all the way to Target and not come back with some snacks. So I picked up a few different bits. I picked up this Hydrate strawberry, it's like electrolytes. I was gonna buy the sachets, but they were more expensive and this was like $4. So I just thought, let me try this, let me pick it up. Again, good to have in your bag if you are cabin crew. Stuff like this is always a lifesaver, so I picked up one of these. I also picked up this mayonnaise style dip, but it's a buttermilk ranch flavour. I am a mayo girly through and through, so I love me a bit of ranch, but the last ranch I brought back from Vegas I never had it because what would I have with it? But I have mayo all the time. It was a new flavour and I thought, let me just get it. It was $3, so I picked that up. In terms of treats, I got some of my favourite candy. I'm not going to lie to you, half of it was eaten. There was some Twizzlers in here. There was some Dorito Cool Ranch flavours. They're all gone. They were eaten. But I'll show you what's left. M&Ms. I just thought the M&Ms over there just hit different. So just got some M&Ms. Jolly Ranchers. Insane. Love a good Jolly Rancher. And then also some Airheads as well. I picked up 2 packets of Airheads. These are the sour ones. I also picked up some of the regular bar ones, though they are all in the bottom of this Target bag, but there is some left. I haven't been a fat bitch and eaten everything yet. Next part I'm going to show you are the Disney bits that I picked up, because was I really going to go all the way to America, go to the Times Square Disney store and not buy anything? You're crazy if you thought that was the case. So there was the Statue of Liberty Mickey. I'm still holding a grudge against it because I did really want it, but it's okay. If you know me, you know I love Disney. So I got myself a New York City pin to go in my pin collection. I am very excited to put this with the rest of my pins. I also got these. Tell me they're not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. I got some alien ears. I obviously collect the ears as well, and I saw these, and again, if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with the aliens, so I had to get these. Anything sort of green and small I seem to quite like. Maybe it's just me being autistic, who knows, but pick these up. We don't need to talk about how much they were. $40, but that's doesn't mean anything. The pin was also $20 or $17.99, but with tax about $20. The sort of Disney merch. I did get a couple of other little bits. I saw this little mini alien bricks in one of the, I think it was like one of the I Heart NYC shops, and I was like, that's really cute, it's $6, I'm buying it. So I bought that, don't know why. We also went to a comic book store, so Lance picked up some comics for himself because he'd never been in like a proper comic book store, so we went in, he got a couple of like collector ones. And I saw this Olaf. Well, actually, I didn't see the Olaf, Lance saw the Olaf, but look at him. So he had to go in the basket. It would have been rude if I didn't pick him. Just saying, would have been rude. Am I even me if I don't go to a Lego shop anywhere? So I just picked up two small Legos. I got the New York postcard because, again, one of the things that I do is whenever I go somewhere and it has a Lego postcard, I put it on our shelf downstairs where I have like the Rome, I have the Italy one with the Trevi Fountain and a picture of us there. London one, still trying to get the Paris one, it's limited edition. I will get my hands on that one day, just you mark my words. But I also got a little yellow taxi as well, so I got those to go on our travel shelf. The next thing is trinkets and like merch and like little bits that I got, just like little bits. So obviously we went to a photo booth, so I got the photo booth. I also went to get an Incardi print, but they're basically vending machines all over New York with these tiny little handmade prints in them. They are so cute. It's $1 for one of them, but they come in quarters, so you have to like follow the map basically and then like go to the place and put your quarters in, and then it will give you a randomized print. So that was the one that I got. I also picked up two NYC tops. I got this one, which is just like a cute, I mean, I got both in double XL because I just want something oversized, something comfy, something I wear to the gym. I didn't want it like an everyday wear, but like, you know, just something casual and oversized. So I've got this blue one, and I also got this pink New York top as well. So they're definitely going through the wash though, because God knows where they have been. My battery died. Anyway, now again, if you know me, you know I love a postcard and a little trinket. So I've got plenty of postcards and prints. I just love that sort of thing. I think it's just really cute. So in terms of the postcards that I got this one. It's kind of New York print. Again, I also got this one. So two little postcards. But if you were thinking, Lauren, are those the only postcards you got? No, they are not. I also got a couple of prints which I'm going to buy frames for, because when I went to Australia I picked up a couple of these prints as well. Whenever I go traveling and I see the street vendors with these prints, I'm over there. Get me there, because I love them. So I picked up 4 prints, so I'll show you which ones I got. So I got that one. Got this one, which is obviously like the Statue of Liberty, and it's just like a nice sort of sunset vibe. Then this one was more for Lance, but I was like, no, like he needs, you know, if I'm buying all these prints, like he needs to be involved. So we got this like really cool sort of New York Times Spider-Man print, but I actually quite like that. I thought that was really cool, so we picked that one up. They were 3 for $5. 3 for $5. So I was like, obviously we're going to do that. And then I got this big New Yorker one. Again, absolutely love this. I think this is really girly pop of me. I'm going to put this up in my office. Once I get a frame sorted for it, I'm going to put this up in my office. So I thought that was very girly pop of me. So we went to Central Park, and in Central Park you can do like these newspapers. So we got, well, he took 2 pictures. That newspaper, and we also got that newspaper as well. So really, really cute. We didn't actually know that you needed cash. We thought it was like a card thing, so he gave them to us for free. So that was really sweet of him. Obviously, would I be me if I went to New York and did not buy fridge magnets for me, my mum and my nan? It is a staple whenever I go on holiday. It doesn't matter where we go, I will always come back with a fridge magnet for my mum and my nan. So I've got 3 different fridge magnets. So got this one, and then the other 2 are for my nan and my mum. I love a good fridge magnet. I always buy a fridge magnet every single time I go on holiday. Like I say, best believe there is a fridge magnet being picked up. So this one's actually for my stepdad. So again, he's like me with the fridge magnets. He likes to collect these road signs, or no, number plate signs. So again, every time I go on holiday, I'm always picking him up one of these. So I got him this New York one. I did also get a smaller one that has his name on it. It's in this bag somewhere. I'll find it. But yes, I got him his New York number plate. Obviously got some more postcards. I love a postcard. I love a print. I got this one from New York or Nowhere. And I also got 3 other postcards. So these ones are just generic prints. So one of Broadway, one of the sort of downtown financial district, and then the other obviously of the Manhattan skyline there with the Empire State Building on it as well. Yes, I got a little $1 key ring, just, you know, for memes. It was 99 cents actually, just for the memes. Thought it's 99 cents, might as well buy it. I've kept things like our guide for the Natural History Museum. All of this is probably going to go in a scrapbook. I just need to purchase said scrapbook. I also kept our name tags from the Museum of Ice Cream. I kept our room card from the hotel. Oh yeah, so when you go to Star's Barbecue, they'll come around with like a person taking pictures and you get a free postcard. This was our free postcard from Dallas Barbecue. You do get like bigger prints, which they make you pay for, which I don't even know how much money they probably spend on that, but we didn't do that. The Carmine's sign from my birthday, because they came out and sang happy birthday to me, so I have that. And then this is obviously my name card as well. That is the haul of everything that I got in New York. As you can see, I went a bit wild, so I'm gonna be financially struggling for the next 3 to 6 working years, so don't mind me. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the little tips and also the haul as well. If you guys have any questions about New York or anything you want to know, please leave it in the comments or over on my TikTok or Instagram. I'm happy to answer anything that you might want to know. But I want to thank you so much for watching my New York series. Thank you so much for watching this vlog and this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.